fischia l'inizio ed inizia quel sogno che il cuore a strisce, portaci dove vuoi, verso le tue conquiste, dove tu arriverai, sarà la storia di tutti noi, solo chi corre può fare di te la squadra che sei. Dove vuoi, siamo una curva in festa, come un abbraccio noi, e ancora non ci basta, ogni pagina nuova sai, sarà ancora la storia di tutti noi, solo chi corre può fare di te quello che sei.
Yeah, you're in, mate. You're in.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I hope we're all well. I hope we're all staying safe. Back here again with Coach Josh. Nice to have him here as always. We have our ball mastery session today. We're going to be focusing on the outside of our foot with the skills and turns and stuff that we're going to be doing today. With our competitions, congratulations to Jay, who won our kick competition. I don't think we've put that picture up yet, but that'll be going up soon. Late entry yesterday, but really, really good. Fantastic. Thank you to everyone who did enter into that competition. This week's competition is the Design Your Own Badge. It's in association with Juventus and their official website. You guys can get on there, you can send your stuff to us and we can send it. We can use it ourselves, put it up for you guys. So with the Juventus badge, get as creative as you want with it. Good designs. We want to see creative, good designs. We have our yoga tomorrow again, followed by J Active on Wednesday, and our quiz live at 7 o'clock on Thursday. So please guys join in with all those things. It'd be fantastic to see even more videos of you guys joining in and doing that sort of stuff. So, without further ado, we will get into our ball mastery and you don't have to look at me anymore, which is always a pleasure. Okay, so like I said, today we're going to be focusing on the outside of our foot. We're going to go through our 3 movements. We're going to be challenging Coach Josh again in all 3 of the movements. We're going to look at some variations, look at some adaptations of the skills before we do our combinations and our freestyles. So, the very first movement that we're going to do today is called our roll and stop. So, we're going to combine the sole of our foot with the outside of our foot. If you remember from a couple of weeks ago, or maybe even last week, 2 weeks ago, was our ball roll. Okay, and we're just going to ball roll and then stop the ball with the outside of our foot. Okay, so we're just shifting the ball to one side with the sole of our foot and then stopping with the outside. We're just going to give that a couple of goes. Make sure that we're trying that on both feet as well, guys. We need to become competent with both. As Coach Josh will demonstrate with us now. Beautiful stuff. A little smile there. We always have to practice on our weaker side as well. Sometimes that can be difficult. I can tell you now that my coordination, when I was doing this earlier, showed that I needed to practice even with these basic movements. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be worried if you make mistakes, guys. That's why we're here. That's why we're practicing. Perfect. We'll give that another couple of goes. Okay, great. So, in order to beat a defender, or maybe to fall into moving, or to move the ball away from them, we may need to push the ball back out the other side. So with our ball roll, we're going one way, and then we're pushing it back the other way. So with the outside of our foot, as we roll the ball, we're then going to push it back the other way. This just gives us that little bit extra space so that we can make our next movement, whether that be a pass, whether that be a shot, and really just create those couple of yards away from the defender. So, as you guys for the progression now, we're going to roll and then push back. Love it. Love it. Good. Coach Josh showing us some wonderful examples. It's a pleasure to have him here again.
Pleasure to be here.
Again, making sure that we're practicing on both feet, guys. So, as you wish, either go one on your left, one on your right, or maybe do a few on your right. So maybe 5 or 6 on the right, and then 5 or 6 on the left. Whichever is more comfortable for you guys, whichever way you prefer practicing. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, I know it. So, we're going to challenge Coach Josh now. If you haven't been following with us in previous weeks, this is what happens. We're going to have 30 seconds. It's just going to be our roll stop, not our roll push. And you have to try and beat Coach Josh with a number that you can do. With all of our challenges, it is very important that we go left foot, then right foot, or right foot, then left foot. I don't mind which one you start on, just that we're swapping each time, okay? So, are we ready?
Yeah, ready.
Excellent news. In 3, 2, 1, off you go. So as many roll stops as you can get out in that period of time. As always, if you don't manage to beat Coach Josh this time, you can give it another go. Give yourself 30 seconds. How many can we get out? Touches on the ball and manipulating that ball will help to make us a better player. Beautiful technique. We've got 5 seconds left. And hold it there. Coach Josh, how many did we get?
18.
18 roll stops. Good number that. One that I think we can beat though.
Give it your best shot.
Okay, so moving on to our next movement with the outside of our foot. If you guys have been following our skills school, this is something that we have practiced as with the progression. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to use our scissors. So we're going to do a single scissor to begin with. Okay, and then we're going to push the other way with the outside of our foot. So as you'll notice with Coach Josh there, he does his scissor with one leg and then pushes with the other. Okay, so if you are doing your scissor with your left foot, you're going to push with the outside of your right. And if you were doing the scissor with your right foot, you'd be pushing with the outside of your left. Perfect. Okay, and the reason we do that, guys, is as we're doing the scissor, the defender has gone one way. Okay, we've made him think that we're going that way, and then we're going to push away into the space that he's created behind him. Okay, so just giving that a couple of little goes, just a single scissor and then a push. Okay, to get away from my defender. Really, really important that you make it look like that we are going a different way. Okay, as if we're about to try and move the ball to the left or to the right, and we're actually end up going the other way. In a game, and when we're practicing this, maybe a little bit with our combinations, it's really important that there's a change of speed as well. That will help us to beat the defender. Obviously, Coach Josh can't really demonstrate too much of a change of speed here.
Without running into the wall.
Without running into the wall. But as we're doing the movement, so our step over is slightly slower, and then as we push away, that's when we burst into the space. That's when we show that acceleration and speed. Perfect. Perfect. A couple more guys for us, please, guys. Like it, like it, like it. Okay, fantastic. So, moving on from our single step over, our single scissor, it will be the double scissor. So, with this one, obviously slightly different in that we're going to do two, and you're going to end up pushing the ball away with the foot that you started with. So if you start your first scissor with your left foot, then your next one with your right foot, so then you'll push away with your left. So the foot that you do the first scissor on will be the foot that you push the ball away with the outside of your foot. Beautifully demonstrated again. Okay? So, yeah, give that a couple of little goes. Again, the reason that we add more scissors into our repertoire, into our movement, okay, is because if we always do the single scissor, it might become a little bit repetitive. Okay, and the defender could work out that that's what we're going to do. By showing that we can do more than one, or showing that we are potentially a little bit more unpredictable with the amount that we're going to do, makes the defender keep guessing. Beautiful. You'll notice with Coach Josh there, he actually tries to keep his head up as he's performing the scissors because he wants to know where the defender is. As we get better and better at this movement, we'll be able to identify with our head up, okay, the defender has moved, okay, after my first scissor or after my second scissor, okay? Because if he moves after the first, or he or she moves after the first scissor, then you know you can take the ball away from them. If they don't, it might be that we have to do it. Perfect. Perfect. Love it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Couple of great players use the scissors as part of their movement. Ronaldo, the Brazilian Ronaldo, very famous for his unbelievably quick double step over before going around the goalkeeper. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So, it's Challenge Coach Josh time again. With this one, we are just going to do our single scissor. So it is a single scissor and then push away. Then you're going to bring the ball back, okay, and then the scissor is with the opposite leg, okay, or the movement is with the opposite leg. So we're going to change each time. We will go in 5 seconds. Are you ready, guys? 2, 1, and off we go. Good. So we're really trying to see how many we can get out, making those movements nice and quick. As with before, when we're practicing these, whether it be the single scissor or the double scissor, can we keep our head up to know where the defender's going to be? If you find that that's a little bit too difficult, have a look at the ball to begin with. We'll get those movements down, and then once we get a little bit more confident with that, keep trying. Keep trying. We'll try and get our head up and be able to identify where the defender is. Perfect. Perfect. And hold it there. How did you get?
21.
21.
21.
21 step overs. Beautiful stuff. Okay. Hope you guys did well on that one as well. Again, if you didn't beat Coach Josh this time, give us a pause. Try again. Or after the video, just set yourself 30 seconds. I think I went slightly over the 30 seconds on that one, so we might have to round it down.
Round it down. 20.
So, perfect. With our last
movement that we are going to do before we get into our combinations and freestyle is our outside hook. Okay, you guys, if you've been following again the skill school, I think we've got the outside hook in those videos as well. So as you're dribbling up to the marker or the cone, we're going to use the outside of our foot to just bring the ball back round. Okay, so as you can see with Coach Josh there, if we're going to slow down his movement very slightly, you can see that his foot almost comes out as if he's going to pass the ball. Okay, but instead of passing through the ball, he steps over it and then pushes back with the outside of his foot. Okay, so you can see that the ball comes over. There you go. Perfect. And what this does, that movement, makes it very, very easy to make it look like you're about to play a pass because you've already started your movements with your hip, your knee and your leg. But instead of going through the ball, you're just going to come back round and move back into that space. Okay? So just give those a couple of tries. Again, trying on each foot if possible. Perfect. Perfect. So just again, really concentrate on the outside of that foot. We're going to move that ball back around. You probably guys will find that it's a lot less natural on one side than it is the other.
Most definitely.
As Coach Josh is finding out right about now, we'll have to stop this before it starts to hit at some point. But yeah, so you'll find it's a lot more natural on one side than the other. That's absolutely normal, absolutely fine. Okay, but it is important that we are able to do it on both feet because that gives us a greater range of ability, a greater range of movement, and just more skills in our locker to beat the defender. Okay, if he knows that we are only going to use one foot, or they know that we're only going to use one foot, then it becomes maybe a little bit more predictable for them. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, with this, our progression is, again, as we said before, really making it look like you're about to play a pass or take a shot. Okay, so as we're coming up to that movement, as we're entering the movement, okay, make it really look like you're about to perform a pass or a shot to sell that defender. As you see with Coach Josh, he speeds up his movements just before he looks like he's going to strike it, and then he just pulls the ball back away. Okay? Some great examples. So just that quicken up of the movement. Even his arms come out for the balance as if he was going to play a pass or take a shot, and then he just comes back around with the outside of his foot to move the ball away. Again, give that one a couple more goes for us, guys. We're practicing in there. Love it. Love it. Great stuff, guys. Okay, Albert. So again, our final challenge before we do our combinations and our freestyles. We are going to challenge Coach Josh. Okay, can we beat him on the number of outside hooks? Again, as always, we are going to do alternate feet on this one. Okay, so if you outside hook with your right foot to begin with, you must come back outside hook with your left foot. Okay, we're at 30 seconds. I'm going to begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and off you go. So how many outside hooks can we get in? Again, if we've become really confident with this movement already, can we try and sell the defender as within our progression? If not, then carry on with the movement as was shown to begin with. Perfect. 5 more seconds. And hold it there. Coach Josh, how many did we get?
14.
14 outside hooks. Guys, can we try and beat that with our outside hooks? So, moving on to finding our combinations and freestyles. We are going to go through the whole set together. Okay, and hopefully you guys will be able to perform these moves as that. So, to begin with, we're going to go with our roll stop. So, around the cone it's a roll stop. Then it's going to be our step over, our scissor, move across, and then to finish off with our outside hook. Perfect. So, we're going to go through these combinations a couple of times. Really, really good for our coordination skills. to try and get all of these in. If you have a little bit of a bigger area, or a more spacious area to use, potentially we can get in, it's freestyling already from Coach Josh there. Potentially we can get in our change of pace, change of speed in the step over, in the scissor, sorry. So roll stop, single scissor, push away, and then come back round. With your combinations, guys, again, if you'd like to try the double scissor, that's absolutely fine. There you go, Coach Josh, giving us a double scissor that could have ended his career. Beautiful. Beautiful. So keep going, guys. Just give us a couple more combinations on that one. Feel free to pause and do a few more combinations of your own. We're trying to add those skills together. Allows us to enter and exit skills from different angles. Gives us a better understanding of how we need to use our body, how we need to control our body to make sure these skills come off. Perfect. Perfect. Love it. We'll do one more after this one. Nice. Using both feet as well, guys. Make sure you try and get both feet in there within our combinations. Okay, cool. It's one for good luck. So, now we're going to try out freestyle. So, Coach Josh is going to give us his version of the freestyle. We're going to go through it a few times. But you guys at home, watching and following, even whether it's this, you're following us right now, or maybe in a couple of days' time when you have more time to practice, okay, your freestyles can be whatever you choose, whatever you want, okay, just involving these skills. So, Coach Josh is going to give us his freestyle for today. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. Like a young Lionel Messi. Good. Guys, remember, if you have any of your combinations at home, any of your freestyles at home, okay, give them to be recorded. Get your mum, your brother, sister, whoever, the dog, strap a camera to the dog or something maybe, and get them, send them in to us. Don't actually strap the camera to the dog, because the video quality will be poor. Again, we're going through our combinations. Each and every one. Remember, these skills and ball manipulations are designed to help you keep control, but also create yourself some space, get around the defender, move away from the defender. So, as we're doing it, or as you're practicing them, can you make sure or try to include maybe a little change of pace with our scissor, an exaggerated movement with our outside hook, to make it look like as if we're going to pass the ball, and maybe even a little push with the roll stop to create that little bit of space. Hopefully a few things that you guys will get on board with. Perfect, we'll do a couple more of Coach Josh's freestyles. Beautiful. Beautiful. And last one. Oh, it's an unbelievable amount of scissors. Beautiful. Okay, guys, thank you very, very much for joining myself and Coach Josh.
Thank you.
I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you can use these skills and join in. Like I said to you guys, if you want to, please record them, send them to us. It'd be fantastic. We can put them on our Instagram. With this week, the badge challenge. So can you create, can you edit, can you design, make the Ventus badge look a little different, however you want to. You can draw it, you can make a model, you can do it on the computer, anything like that. We have yoga tomorrow, again with Karima and Sofian. Again, beautiful if you need to relax, and it's a nice little workout in itself. Then we have J Active with Carl again on Wednesday. I believe Paolo and Coach Josh will be there for that one too. So if you're worried about whether you can do it or not, those guys are going to be there to support you through that. And then Thursday, the quiz with myself and our other coach Josh, the double. Again, join in your teams 7 o'clock on Thursday. Just submit your teams into one of your Juventus coaches or into the Instagram if you don't have any of our numbers. And that's that. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're staying well, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.